Grand Annual, Will. We've talked about Liberty Hunter as a potential in that Champion Chase, depending on which way they go. Evan Williams did say after the Game Spirit Run, we'll go Champion Chase, didn't he? I think I said Champion Hurdle or Champion Chase. I mean the Champion Chase, the Queen Mum. But he said since, but we'll take a look at the Grand Annual. So I love that, the committal, non-committal, just don't say anything type trainers. It's good for them to say their thoughts, though, because that's what's helpful, I think, that they're being open and honest that, off the back of that performance, I think he's Champion Chase option. And then they look at a handicap and think, actually, the way this pans out might make it different. And I think that's always the case with a Grand Annual, personally. This is one of the races that sometimes I'll get latched onto one, but if I do, I get latched onto them pretty much at the start of the season or very early on. If I don't have one of those types of horses, like an Unexpected Party from last year, who probably fits the same sort of mould again this year because older horses have done okay in here, I tend to leave it till much nearer the event to try and figure out who's going to win this one. So in terms of horses that would be on my radar, and I think they'd be on everyone else's, it would be the obvious list of Jazzy Matty, Unexpected Party to an extent. I think that was it. I think they were the two the King of Purrs is another one as well that I do quite like, but I didn't think he was well handicapped enough last time to go and win, so I didn't put him up. And then they've kept him fresh for this one, but I do think he's semi-interested. Half the Rue as well is another one that I think gets brought in a little bit here. He's probably won at a price, but this would be a race where I could, again, just list all the horses that are running and say they've got a chance, because obviously they have, because they've got an entry. But I have no bullish opinion in the Grand Annual this year. Nothing really jumps out to me from a pricey angle. So is there anything you could potentially help the viewers out with, Will?
Yeah, not really. I must admit, if I gave you too many words or time on this particular race right now, I'd probably be leading you down the wrong kind of path. I'll mention a couple of horses that are on the radar, but that's all they are. They're right on the outer reaches of the radar. That's all it is. I think this will be ground related as well, this race. They might not come here, but Liberty Hunter if it was soft. JPR1 if it stayed on the decent side of things and he doesn't run in the Champion Chase. Both of those two, if they don't run in the Champion Chase, of course. And then looking further down at some of the Irish horses, I thought all the Gavin Cromwell runners you've got to respect, definitely. Path the Rue, My Mate Mozzie, Midnight It Is, King of PRS. They're all worthy of respect, definitely. And one for Gordon Elliott that does have an entry in the Novices Limited Handicap Chase on day one over 2.5, but I think is a 2-miler all day long, and that's What's Up, Darling. Again, probably, ground related. I think he probably wants it slightly better. But again, whether he goes here, whether he gets a good mark, all up in the air, really, for me, this race.
Yeah, and I'll just touch on again the fact that we will be doing the live preview on the Sunday, the 9th, where we'll get more detail into the handicaps. At that point, we'll know much more about the ground. We won't have the entries there, but it should have sort of pieced itself up. And there will be some value in there somewhere. Obviously, something's going to shorten and potentially go and win the race. But even just looking at the non-runner money back markets for this one, I think there's probably like 15, 16 horses that are 10 to 1 non-runner money back. Obviously, they're not all going to run. And I know people are happy to tie some money up in there, but it isn't a race that screams out, get involved now to get the price. I think most of those horses will be bigger on the day. And it is a very like a race dependent thing. Even the makeup, like the pace angles, all those types of things as well. So yeah, I'd love to be able to give you the winner of the Grandad at this point, like we did 12 months ago, blow my own trumpet, but don't think I could do it. We'll have to just give it to them on the Sunday before instead, Will.
Yeah. They'll have to be patient.